welcome back to Green Mountain Garage. This week we're going to get back on my Roush and finish up our prep for Ponies and the Smokies. Got some vertical links for the rear suspension from BMR. That'll help with the wheel hop issues that I've been having, especially at the drag strip. And then just kind of button up a couple little odd and end things, and then we're going to move on to my wife's car, her Ecoboost. We're going to put a wing on the back. It's a GT style wing. So we're going to install that as well. And then both these cars get full details. That should be fun. Let's get into it. Alright, so pretty straightforward here, but basically this bolt here and this bolt down here, and you pop that link off of there and put this one in. This little cone shaped piece goes in towards the, goes just like that. So okay, so we got it in here. Had a little bit of trouble. Had to kind of bang it around with the hammer a little bit. Had a fight with that bolt a little bit to get it lined up, but it wasn't terrible. Then I got my grease gun out to put grease in these grease fittings, and well, it broke. So the wife is running up to Harbor Freight to get me a grease gun so I can get some grease in here, and then we'll put the wheel back on this thing. So a couple of years ago, I went ahead and put these billet shims in here. This takes the slack out of the cradle, and then there's some nylon bushings that go in there that are supposed to help keep that cradle from moving around. You can see these back here. It did help, but it still struggles with the wheel hop. If I dump the clutch really hard, it'll really wheel hop bad. So I'm hoping that these cure some of that. I know a lot of people replace these arms up here too, but I don't know if I want to get into it that deep. All right, so I wanted to put a side-by-side comparison here. These, you can tell these are a lot softer, and I read somewhere that these can actually dry rot and really get a lot of slop in them. So these are definitely, you can definitely tell they're made much better. And actually, you would think it'd be heavier, but this is actually heavier. So, pretty nice piece. All right, so we've got to take this inner liner out, get it off of there. It's just got some push pins, and then these things unscrew. And then we've got to unhook the backup camera. We got to take this panel. I'm going to take it all the way off. And then get to the fun part where we figure out how to drill this thing. Try out my little pliers here. Might be easier just to use these. I think I got another tool in there too. That works. Good boy. Light. There's a couple up in there. I don't think there's one there. I think that's where those things screw in. We got 5 10-millimeter nuts and a couple 7-millimeters. I'm going to take the 10-millimeter ones off first. They're the nuts that are up in here. And I'm told you do not want to drop these. Actually, I think I'm going to go get a magnet. Be a good place for a light. Oh boy. It's like that game Operation. Ready? Ooh. I'm actually gonna leave that one in, and one of these outside ones, because I think I might need to get a hold of that thing. Felt like it was gonna fall. Probably wouldn't fall, but so should come back up off here. I'm not really sure why they kind of designed this way. You see how much dirt's in between there? I did get all those nuts off of there, right? I think that might have some tape on it holding it too. So there it goes. I knew it should be loose. This side does not seem like it's loose though. Must be tape or something holding it. All right. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Flop it off onto the back of the car. That wouldn't be good. Oh, I'll push that side back there. Oh, there we go. I think it's just that tape. Yeah, there's some tape. There's some tape up in there that's holding it. I think that's all that's holding it.
Oh, I see it.
Must have some over here. Oop. Okay, yeah, it's got the tape all the way across the back there. Ah, there we go. Okay, now what we gotta do is unhook the camera. And I think we can take this piece off. Okay, so we have to take this black plastic piece off. It goes all the way across. And the camera is actually in there. So we need to remove that to get to where we can drill our holes. and it's a bunch of T15 Torques. There's several of them spread throughout it. You know what, I might leave that one in for just a moment. Get the rest of these out. I did read somewhere that you have to be kind of careful with this guy. I don't remember how that goes back in there. That's the camera, so we got to be careful with that little guy. I'm going to put that somewhere for safekeeping. I think you have to get this down, then you can kind of flip it out. I think. Or maybe. Oh, that doesn't sound good. There we go. Voila. Oh boy. Okay. So what I'm thinking is we could lay this, maybe put this back up on the car and try to make some sort of a template, because I am not entirely sure how we're going to line the holes up. There's a lot of people buy these as like salvage parts from a GT. This is obviously an Ecoboost, so it doesn't have any of the holes for the wing. So I'm going to have to try to work out where to drill all the holes in it. Okay, so right here, there's a little cross right here on this plastic panel here and then here. Well, if you measure the center of those, they match the centers on the spoiler. So they've done some of the work for us by putting these already here, which is nice, because I was a little worried about that. So I'm slipping this back in here because we found out that the end holes, which are the really big holes that we got to drill, they line up with these parts in here. So I'm just going to take a magic marker and mark these holes. Then we can drill it off the car. So I'm trying to get this little mark right here. So I don't have a 90-degree drill. And I need a way to transfer these marks to the other side. I did absolutely nothing. I think I gotta get a little bit more aggressive. I can get me one of those little butane torches. Might have got somewhere that time. Nope. Are you kidding me? Is that thing like 2 inches thick or what? Alright. We're going to get there. I'm just trying to get it to where I can drill from the other side, because I can't really get the drill in there, and I don't want to guess. That should have went through. Oh yeah, there we go. See? Perfect. Now we got a hole there. You didn't think that would work, did you?
Never saw that before.
There we go. See? Perfect. So most of the people putting these on, they have a GT that has that little wing on it, that little lip. So they already got all these holes. Well, this car don't have all that. So my lovely assistant Karen is behind the camera today. She saw a little something here. So she decided to take her finger and wipe it off. She was the first to know that it was melted plastic and it was stuck to her finger. Don't try this at home, kids.
It was a little toasty.
Yeah, see, I'd be drilling at an angle like that. And I don't want to do that. That's why I wanted to go this direction. Don't worry. It's only got like 10,000 miles on it. We're just drilling holes in it. You know what? Let me take that small bit. Go over that. Go through that with that small bit first. All right. Don't worry, kids. It'll be covered up. This is the one we got to drill the gigantic hole in. All right. Oops. Oh boy. So what I'm doing is just making sure that everything lines up. I'm going to actually snug it just a little bit. And I'm going to snug them just a little bit. Just to make sure everything's good before, because we have to drill these big holes on the ends. I want to make sure we're centered up. Everything looks good. And I don't want to have to, we got to put that double face tape on there, and I don't want to put that on there and then have to move something. So I think it looks pretty good. You want to test fit it on the car? And then before we do these? All right, so I'm just going to test fit it, make sure we're good. Let's kind of see what it looks like too. So, okay. We might be sitting on that wiring harness a little bit, so it's not. Okay. What do you think? You like it? Yep, I think it's going to look good. I'll take it back off and then we'll drill this. All right, now I'm going to move that. Hang on just 1 second before you move that. Let's go ahead and pick it up. Let me see that. Let me just sit the end up here. Oh boy, 1.5 inches. Well, we're going to do it. Yeah, this is what you want to do with your car. It's got like 10,000 miles on it. Yeah, now we're drilling. We're past the point of no return. You getting nervous? Let me come this way just a hair. So this is what I was talking about before. This is the hole you have to have for that big piece to go through. So we're gonna set it back up on here and try double check the lineup on it real quick, and then we should be able to start putting it back together. So our hole on this side is off just a little bit, so we gotta clean it out. Okay, so what we had to do was on these holes, we had to make these bigger because it was a little bit. We drilled an inch and a half with an inch and a half hole saw. I didn't want to go to an inch and 3/4 because I thought that was a little too much. So we just took the Dremel and cleaned these out, and then but everything lines up. These line up perfect. And then this one we had to. I think it walked on me a little bit, so I had to get a little wider on this one, but it'll be okay once it's on the car. But I think we're going to test fit it now and make sure everything lines up and all that good stuff. Okay, let's see if we can snug this guy up. All right, so nothing's tight yet. We want to make sure it clears. Make sure everything clears. I did latch the trunk, so. But now we can take it back apart and put all the inner parts in, put the backup camera back in and all that stuff. So we got all our double face tape on. We glued our caps back on. We put this on here. Now we're getting ready to start bolting everything back together. All that good stuff. Okay, these look pretty good. Now we've got, we can start putting our camera back in and all that good stuff. Yeah, it came off of here. Now the brackets held on there. I think I got. I need to let that set like that so I can hold it. Turn this. It go like that? I think it goes like that. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. And this guy's plugged back in. Tighten these down. Then I can switch sockets. All right. All right. Just double checking everything before we put the trunk liner back in, but it looks pretty good. We're gonna have to do a little buffing on it. Yeah, this part's easy. Just reversing the process. Well, what do you think?
I love it. I wasn't sure about the black, but I like it. We did a good job.
I think it looks good. Well, that's going to do it for this one. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It helps us out a lot. And like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching.